From the Jeannie Hayes Virtual Studio, this is Marquette Now.
Good evening, I'm Rashad Alexander.
And I'm Kara McCoy. Welcome to Marquette Now.
Coming up, a new marker on campus and what it commemorates.
The biggest day of the year, National Marquette Day. But what does the annual celebration mean?
Our alumni come together for this day. This is our day.
Aspiring healthcare professionals are playing with some high-tech toys.
I can't breathe properly. Please help me.
And later, diving deep into the archives, we'll turn back time tonight.
Before all that, an Eagle Express van was rear-ended on Wisconsin Avenue on Sunday night.
The incident took place in front of Zilber Hall. No injuries have been reported. No students other than the driver were in the van at the time of the crash.
The Native American Student Association's efforts are finally paying off. There's a new historical marker in the Eckstein Commons. The Land and Water Acknowledgement Campus marker went on display last Friday. This honors the history of Native Americans that lived on campus land.
Native American people lived here for hundreds of years before Marquette or Milwaukee came along. So part of that is just an understanding and a reminder that we are on lands that have existed and that the indigenous people lived there for years.
It doesn't pay an indigenous students, for an indigenous student scholarship. It doesn't make sure that they have a place to stay in or to, be able to eat every night and be food secure.
Liberato and university leaders hope that this is another step towards further recognition for Native American students and faculty.
One of the most anticipated days of the year, National Marquette Day, isn't just celebrated in the Cream City. There are watch parties for the big game all over the world. And for this year's edition, this past Saturday, there were 50 gatherings as far west as Hawaii and as far east as Italy.
We have alumni who fly in from all over the country. We have 50 game watching parties for National Marquette Day that take place around the world.
I've been to many, not as a student, but it's my first one as a student, so it's kind of a full circle moment, really.
Seeing all the pride, and I've seen so many alumni here, so I feel like I kind of already know that it's just about getting all together and celebrating the Marquette pride.
This year, the Butler Bulldogs are the challenger, but the Golden Eagles take them down 60-52. We'll have more on Marquette's tough matchup from last night with the UConn Huskies later in our sports report. But first, here's Kylie Brockaway with some history down in the Windy City.
Thanks, Kara. When we think of archaeology, images of deserts, pyramids, and Indiana Jones may come to mind. Yet one of Marquette's professors tells me about how she is using archaeology to unbury local history of national significance. Here in her lab, Professor Jane Peterson works with a lot of glass, dust, and bones.
A popular conception of it is kind of Indiana Jones-ish.
But it isn't all digs and dinosaurs.
It's a discipline that involves human beings studying other human beings, so one wouldn't want to escape the humanistic elements of that.
And Peterson's current project takes on just that.
People typically don't associate the near south side of Chicago with Civil War camps, but there had been a Union camp there, which was originally a location where soldiers mustered in or signed up for service. And it was of particular interest to the folks in that neighborhood because it was a camp where some of the African American troops signed up. So that was one of the few locations where soldiers who wanted to serve for the Union Army who were African American mustered in.
The research from her lab has begun to reveal a more complete narrative about African American life in this area throughout the Great Migration.
People are always amazed when we think about the urban environment that's, present-day Chicago, that there are remnants of these sites preserved. Often we assume that they aren't there, and that's problematic.
Excavating artifacts unearths buried stories.
Some of the challenges and opportunities that they faced speak to us from the material culture. It's really fun.
Archaeology with Care preserves history with purpose. I'm Kylie Brockway, Marquette Wire News.
Members of two prominent Black Greek life organizations take center stage at Pfizer Forum. 2 students in the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated and 1 member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated performed. These 2 groups are part of the 9 African American fraternities and sororities making up the Divine Nine.
This would not have been possible had the Bucks they literally came to our table at OFES last year, and a representative was like, "We heard about your chapter. We have members in your organization who work for us. We want to work with you all." I think that one thing that's very important and that Marquette could take away from that is being comfortable reaching out and saying, "We'd like to do this with you."
The members perform a series of chants and movements called strolling. Strolling can be a way to show unity between Black Greek life members.
Strolling is a form of art expression. Each fraternity or sorority has their own form of it. You know, you see the different signs we use, the different callings.
Historically, Black colleges and universities also have tables outside the Pfizer Forum for visitors to learn more about HBCU programs. There are currently only 3 of the 9 Divine Nine organizations on Marquette's campus.
February marks American Heart Month, organized by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. Its aim is to spread awareness and understanding for risk factors for heart disease and to live a healthy lifestyle. This week is Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week, and it hits close to home for nursing professor Kelly Cheeroff. Her 6-month-old son, Theo, passed away from a congenital heart defect in 2016, and she and her husband founded Project Bublu in honor of him.
I think whenever somebody loses a child, you just have so much love for them and you don't know what to do with it. And so we started Project Bublu in honor of Theo. Congenital heart disease research notoriously is underfunded, and we need to change that. So that's why what we've set out to do is to bring community awareness and then fund the research.
Project Bublu's Hops for Hearts fundraiser is on April 21st. Here's Marquette Now's Timothy Lateau with more on healthcare.
Have you ever wondered how much experience a nurse or a doctor has who's providing you healthcare? Even if you're their very first patient, Marquette Physician's Assistant grads will have had hours of experience before that, not working with people, but about as close as you can get to it. Meet who I found in the hospital bed. Life hangs in the balance.
I can't breathe properly. Please help me.
And so does the performance of 3 physician's assistant students.
Hi Jennifer, I'm Christine, I'm a PA student. Okay, I'm Jasmine, I'm also a PA student.
And I'm Jack, I'm a PA student as well.
The PA students are the chess pieces on the board of the sim lab, built in 2019, while the chess master watches it through a one-way mirror.
Your vial for your med is right here. They walk around, they start it. I stay here in this backstage area.
Josh has the easy part. Not so much for the students.
When you're being watched, like there's a camera looking at us, double-sided mirror, it's a little bit nerve-wracking and you don't want to do the wrong thing, but I feel like this is where you make the mistakes, is here, not with real patients.
I feel like every time I go into it, I'm definitely still a little nervous.
The nerves are there, but so is that long-held passion.
I actually came to Marquette undergrad for this program specifically, so that had always been my goal, seeing this building.
It's very much, it feels like a real situation, and I feel like that's honestly the best way to kind of learn and grow in these experiences before we're sent out on our clinical year.
We'll probably send you home with a little bit of a higher dose.
Jennifer's home is back on the rack, and it's on to the next mission for another day. Mission complete. Deep breaths
I'm going to have you take a big breath in for me.
Are needed for both patient and PA. The physician assistants of tomorrow, working with the healthcare technology of today. I'm Timothy Lateau, Marquette Wire News.
Current and former FBI agents share information with business students about money laundering.
Students interested in finance and criminology learn important tips from the agents.
The talk focuses on warning students about potential financial crimes and helping find careers in the financial sector.
They emphasize the importance of common sense when it comes to keeping track of finances.
Careful, read everything. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. In terms of career pathing, again, look at financial institutions as a place where you can do some things that can improve society. Be intelligent, use your common sense, and your finances will be protected that way.
Paying attention to current trends and affairs can help people stay vigilant about financial crimes.
I'm Katie Munson. Let's take a look outside at your current weather. Right now it's a beautiful 35 degrees for the winter, and humidity is at 77%. There is no rain or snow that we're seeing right now, and the winds are coming in from the south-southeast at 7 miles per hour. Don't go anywhere, Marquette. We'll be right back with the rest of your weather forecast right after this.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends. After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Welcome back to Marquette Now. I'm Katie Munson, here to take a closer look at your weather. Tonight we're expecting a cool 33 degrees with humidity at 90%. There is an 80% chance of a snow and rain mixture that we're expecting tonight, with the winds coming in from the east at 10 miles per hour, so make sure to bundle up tonight, Marquette. Moving into our state overnight lows, it's going to be the coldest up here in Minocqua at 22 degrees, and it's going to be warmer down here in Madison and Milwaukee at 33 degrees. Moving into tomorrow's highs, it's going to be warmer at 39 degrees over here on the western side of Wisconsin, and looking down here at Milwaukee, it's going to be 38 degrees. Tomorrow's weather, we're expecting 38 degrees with 84% humidity, and there's going to be a 100% chance that we're getting that snow and rain mixture again tomorrow, with the winds coming from the north at 17 miles per hour. And looking ahead into our 5-day forecast, it's going to be the coldest here on Friday at 32 degrees with some snow likely. And moving on forward through Sunday and Monday, it's going to be much warmer at 43, 42 degrees with some rain expected on Tuesday. And that's it for your weather. You know, we're seeing a lot of warmer temperatures, but it might just be that Midwestern full spring. What do you guys think?
I feel like I'm ready for spring to come, you know? How about you?
Yeah, I like this weather. I mean, it really got me feeling nice right now. It's funny I say that because this week marks Mission Week 2023, and it follows the theme, Act with Kindness.
The week hopes to remind people that they always have the opportunity to live their day-to-day lives with kindness.
The university has events for the rest of the week to promote the mission.
Thursday is Mission Week Spirit Day, and students are encouraged to wear blue and gold. Kylie Brockaway joins us again to talk about someone who is spirited every week about their studies.
As students strive to be the difference through Mission Week, I try to find the difference by searching through the university's archives. The archives are home to several invaluable collections, ranging from records personal to Marquette to the manuscripts of one of the world's favorite authors. Special Collections archivist William Fliss took me through a tour of the legacy of the people who made their mark on Marquette and the world. Tucked away on the 5th floor of Rayner Library are rows on rows of texts.
We're well known for our collections.
But these shelves hold something a bit more valuable than your everyday library book.
I think the archives here does reflect Marquette's mission, what it's tried to do as an institution, producing articulate, caring graduates, knowledgeable people who will go out and do amazing things.
The university archives hold some of the world's most prominent collections.
Probably the most famous are the papers of J.R.R. Tolkien. One of the other notable ones we have are the papers of Dorothy Day, who was co-founder of the Catholic Worker Movement. One of the most prominent, perhaps infamous alums is Senator Joseph McCarthy. We have his records. He actually donated them to Marquette.
Big names draw a large crowd.
Because we have many high-profile collections here at Marquette, they do draw researchers from all over the world, so people come from all over the world to study our collections.
But there's some early Marquette history housed here too.
It's noted here that some of the tuition payments are being made in barrels of beer.
From Dorothy's diaries to Marquette's old football tapes, the archives serve as a guardian of our past and a compass for our future. I'm Kylie Brockway, Marquette Wire News.
Looking to spice up your closet as spring approaches? Students, faculty, and staff can swing by the AMU for Rewear It MU's campus-wide clothing swap from 2 to 4 p.m. this Friday. There's no limit to how many clothes you can donate or take home. Over 725 outfits find a new closet during Rewear It MU's last clothing swap in November. Bringing clothes to donate is encouraged, but not required.
A new creative platform is coming to students and faculty.
This platform is hoping to open doors for all students to sell and buy custom-created pieces while supporting peers and small businesses.
Student-made online platforms are being used across the country to bring attention to creators throughout their universities.
So Student Made is a program that is on different campuses across the country. It's really about making a community with student creators and small business owners, getting them a space to sell their work so that they have support from their community and also support from their peers.
I would definitely recommend anyone that's relatively creative or an artist or an entrepreneur of any kind to join Student Made. It's really cool to be able to showcase all of the art and things that we're creating, but then also being able to connect with other students here.
You can check out Marquette's Student Made website to support and purchase these unique items.
That's it for now, but don't go anywhere.
Ben Hansen will be back with sports right after this.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Roll over. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor. It's time we take a step forward, come together,
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Ben Hansen with your Marquette Now sports report. The women's basketball team is currently in a dogfight over at the Al McGuire Center against the number 4 UConn Huskies. The Golden Eagles are off to a flying start and find themselves up 5 points at the half. Marquette comes into this game on a 1-game winning streak after taking down Georgetown on National Marquette Day. Behind senior guard Jordan King's 23 points, the Golden Eagles stuffed the Hoyas 66-49. King finds herself on this week's Big East honor roll after her big night on Saturday. Traveling to college basketball capital of the world, the men's basketball team sees their February luck come to an end. The number 21 ranked UConn Huskies proved to be too dominant for Marquette from the opening tip-off. Right out of the gate, the Huskies' offense is clicking on all cylinders. After building a 24-8 lead early in the first half, UConn goes into the locker room up 46-29. Marquette tries its best to climb back into the game, but it's too little, too late, as UConn pulls away 87-72, snapping Marquette's 5-game winning streak. Sophomore guard Jordan Hawkins leads the way for the Huskies with 20 points, including 5 3-pointers on the night. Junior guard Tyler Kolek scores a team-high 17 points for the Golden Eagles in the loss. The men's lacrosse team opens their season with a bang on National Marquette Day. Sophomore attacker Bobby O'Grady shows why he's a preseason All-Big East selection with 4 first-quarter goals. The Lions have no answer for the Golden Eagles and find themselves down 9-1 at halftime. Marquette's defense is too strong for Lindenwood, as junior goalie Michael Aliera only surrenders 2 goals in the match. Marquette goes on to crush Lindenwood 17-2 in its season opener. And after his incredible 6-goal performance, O'Grady earns Big East Attacker of the Week for this first time this season. Coming up this week in athletics, hoping to get back on track, the men's basketball team will travel to the nation's capital this Saturday to take on the Georgetown Hoyas at 11 a.m. The men's lacrosse team will go on the road for the first time this season, traveling to Utah on Saturday to take on the Utes at 1 p.m. The women's lacrosse team will be playing in their season opener this Sunday at Valley Fields, hosting San Diego State at noon. That's it for sports, but don't go anywhere. Marquette Now will be right back with our own Down to the Wire segment.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys. You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to load their minds. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM.
Welcome back. I'm Rashad Alexander.
And I'm Kara McCoy. Marquette Wire Executive News Editor Julia Abuzahab joins us now for tonight's edition of Down to the Wire.
She's with opinion columnists Krisha Patel and Laura Nees-Goda to talk about their columns about changing the drinking age in this week's Marquette Tribune.
Much, Rashad and Kara. Thank you guys also so much for being with me here tonight. How are you guys doing?
I'm living the dream. I'm doing pretty good tonight as well.
Awesome. So yeah, in yesterday's Tribune, you guys both wrote columns explaining your stance on the drinking age. Do you guys both want to go over a little bit about what your articles were about?
Yeah, sure. I wrote about how I believe that we should lower the drinking age to 18. When people turn 18, they go on what I consider to be a trial run for adulthood. You are able to vote. You are able to take on a copious amount of loans for education. You're able to give up your life for the country. But having a drink is considered too adult.
Personally, for me, I think 25 is just at the right age because scientifically, your brain, your frontal lobe, which controls your thinking, your judgment, fully develops at 25. And 21 is just right in the middle of where you're making all these adult choices. And you know, you are an adult, but you're not really quite there yet. And if we push the drinking age more, the underage drinking age can also go up to the point where, you know, you are like a fully grown adult and you're capable of like making mistakes and owning up to them.
So this is the first time this year that the Tribune has had in the opinion section two opinions going kind of almost against each other. What made you guys want to have this idea? What inspired it?
So our former executive opinions editor, Grace Katie, woo, I love her, she had this idea to do a black and white kind of column where we're doing a theme. And this kind of happened by chance this semester because we do a thing every opinion meeting where we talk about our rose, bud, and our thorn. Our rose is something good, our thorn is something negative, and then our bud is something that we're looking forward to. Well, in the fall semester, I was not 21 and I had this thing, what I called my eternal thorn, and it was whenever I didn't have a thorn, it would be the fact that I wasn't 21 yet because I felt like I was missing out. And so it was my 21st birthday this past weekend and I decided that I was finally going to write an opinion piece about why I believe we should lower the drinking age to 18.
And I thought, you know what, like, why not go against her our first time going against each other like Grace wanted us to. And I think it turned out great.
Did Grace say anything of reading the articles if she did?
So she kind of reached out and she said that we did a great job.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about each other's articles did you guys respect or really like?
I really like Laura's idea of the Borg. It's honestly a new concept to me. I have heard of jungle juice and it's unsafe, yet I know people still would be drinking it, you know, kind of like this whole peer pressure thing. And I think the Borg, which is just like a gallon filled with half alcohol, but then half more of like hydrating things. So like it's liquid IV or Mio or something that prevents a hangover while also having fun at the same time. And it's your own respective jug that you know what you put in there rather than an unknown substance, which I'm glad she brought up. Like if you're gonna be drinking underage, or even if you are of age, you're doing it responsibly and safely.
Yeah, I will not take credit for the Borg. I will just say that, although I do believe it's a really good idea, which I will touch on later. With Krisha's article, you do emphasize the risks because there are risks to drinking. However, by making sure that our youth are educated and able to familiarize themselves with alcohol, I think that we are able to create a culture that is safe for people who are drinking by the age of 18.
Yeah.
And what would you guys say was your biggest takeaway from your articles?
I would say there is a safe way to drink. You know, there are risks with binge drinking, which is having men have 5 or more drinks in the span of 2 hours and women having 4 or more drinks in the span of 2 hours. However, my point is I'm not promoting binge drinking. I'm promoting drinking safely. And I think at this point in Gen Z, in our cultural understanding, we have the idea of a Borg instead of drinking out of a vat where we have no clue what's in it, or taking Ubers, or at Marquette, the Eagle Express to minimize the risk of drunk driving. So there are ways that we can combat the negative side effects of drinking.
I think for me, it's just drinking comes with such responsibility and having a right age where you are responsible enough to go out and have fun, but then not, you know, be completely drunk or just suffer the consequences, do anything dumb. And also your brain is fully developed and you're fully aware of the health risks that come with drinking. And I feel like the later you start drinking, the less chance you have of becoming an alcoholic.
Yeah, awesome. And that is all the time that we have tonight. So thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
And I'll send
Thank
it back
you.
to Rashad and Kara in the studio.
That's our report for tonight, but thanks for joining us. I'm Rashad Alexander.
And I'm Kara McCoy. Remember to check marquettewire.org for all the latest campus news. Good night, Marquette.